We are going to talk about retirement packages for certain political leaders in the country. But before we continue, bear with me. We have had a blackout here for over 12 hours. But the kazi lazima iendelee. Kenya Power is the only place where you cannot sue them for blackouts. Kenya Power is the only place where they can switch off the country but still don't make a loss because of the monopoly. Today I'm going to talk about certain political leaders with their retirement packages. Starting with the presidency and so on. We are compelled. The intention was to talk about the presidency. The intention was to talk about the presidency, but we are compelled to include members of parliament. Members of parliament are two. Members of parliament, they are senators and the members of the National Assembly. So you can serve 2 terms, one as a member of the National Assembly and another one as a senator, or vice versa. You are a member of parliament. And also being a member of parliament includes being nominated. Yes, if you are nominated very many times, you still earn the number of years or the number of terms you have served. It is not a case where you'll be told that since you are nominated this, you'll just have to claim and say between this term, in the 7th parliament I was a nominated one, in the 8th I was elected or something like that. And two, you can say that in this parliament I was in the Senate, and this parliament I was in the National Assembly. So that is the MPs. We are not going to include councillors, MCAs, and even governors. When we used to have councillors, we never made a provision in law where you would, where even if you served so many years, you'll still remain you'll be given anything. You can serve as a councillor forever, but there is no pension for you. Like the recently the MCA who completed who was voted out in 2022 in my home area, a cousin of mine. In 1992, he was the mayor for Webuye. You can see, and even the time he'll retire or anything, there is no time he'll be given money as he used to be a councillor. They did not include MCAs and governors in the new constitution. Nobody remembered concerning them. They just remembered the president and MP, even though governors are like presidents and MCAs are like MPs. That is an oversight. And you see, we placed a lot of hard breaks on our constitution, that any changes in constitution is a very hard one. So governors and MCAs, you have to bear with the constitution. You cannot be what do you call? You cannot be given pension. MPs are qualified for pension when they have served for at least 2 terms, 2 or more terms. And when you serve 2 or more terms, it does not mean that you have to be an MP for one constituency. No. Let us take Kihika Kimani. Kihika Kimani, the father to Susan Kihika, the MP, the governor for Nakuru. Kihika Kimani served in Naivasha. Then he served in Laikipia, and then he served also in Molo. So, and then we have other MPs who have like I'm forgetting, he was the Minister for Information, and Ramogi Ochieng Oneko. Ramogi Ochieng Oneko served in Ochieng Oneko served in Nakuru and later served in Game. Mwai Kibaki served in Nairobi and then served in. So it doesn't matter whether you served in one constituency or more, or even whether you are a nominated or an elected one. There is a figure that is calculated to find out how much an MP is paid per term. And if you have served more than a half the time, even if it is by 1 day of your term, you are considered to have served the full term. But if you serve a half term less than a day, you will not be qualified for pension as an MP. One has to clock 1 term plus 50 of the second term. That is the first term you serve, and then the second term, even if you reach 50 plus 1 day, then you'll be considered to have served 2 terms, and that is when you will now be paid. Nominated MPs can count their time as having served, as I said. There is no provision for members of the cabinet. I'm not aware if you become a minister or a cabinet minister or a cabinet secretary to be given pension. You can be a cabinet minister or a cabinet member forever, but there is no provision for that. But there is provision for the deputy head of state because he was also elected. Well, let us start with those living today. Those who are living today, we have Musalia Mudavadi. He is a long-serving MP. Then he gets pension for the period that he served, the number of terms he served as an MP. And if I can remember very well, it's from 1989 to 2000 to 1992 when he was 1992 or 97 when he was removed by Akaranga. That one he gets pension. And he served as a deputy head of state, that by then being called a vice president, for some months. This was under the old constitution. Under the old constitution that places no pension for cabinet members. So he cannot be paid anything for the number of months he served as a vice president, neither can he be paid pension for the number of years he served as a cabinet minister. He's one of the longest serving. So, as things stand now, he's only liable, should he retire now, he's liable for the money for MP. The next one is Moody Awori, Uncle Moody Awori, and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. They get pension as MPs and not as vice presidents. Uncle Moody Awori was a vice president for 4 years, and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka was a vice president for 5 years. But that was then under the old constitution, so they are not entitled for pension as vice president. They are not liable for pension as cabinet ministers, but they are liable for pension as members of parliament. The next living deputy head of state of Kalonzo Musyoka is William Samoei Ruto. But because he became the president, we will cover him later. We will talk about him later. We now have to consider Rigathi Gachagua. We have to consider Rigathi Gachagua because he's the next deputy head of state after Ruto. He was an MP for 1 term. He was an MP for Madeira for 1 term. So he is not entitled for pension as an MP. Remember, an MP is entitled for pension after the second term. Is entitled for pension under the second term. So he was only an MP for 1 term. So he is not entitled to pension as an MP. Then he served as a deputy president, but he is not qualified for pension as a deputy president for two fronts. The first of all, he was impeached. He was impeached, just like if we impeach Ruto now, he cannot earn anything as a president because he has been impeached. So first of all, Nani cannot be given pension because he was impeached. And the second thing is, had he not been impeached, had he resigned, he still would not be qualified for it. Why? He would not be qualified for it because he served less than half the term. If he would have pushed on the story slowly, convinced people there, and then it reached half the term, and then resigned, he would have been qualified for one. So he goes. So holistically, as of now, he goes free. He goes free. Now we go to William Samoei Ruto. That is the final person. He has been an MP for a very long time. 3 terms. 1997 to 1213. He has been. So he gets that, what do you call, calculation of an MP times 3. Gets the calculation of an MP times 3. He was a deputy president for 2 terms. He was a deputy president for 2 terms. So he gets, on top of that of the MP, he gets another pension of being a deputy president for 2 terms. And then we will talk about presidency. Let's talk at the presidency of him. Let us look at several scenarios holistically. Now, scenario number 1, let us say that he is impeached today. Let us assume that he is impeached today. He goes home with pension for 3 terms as an MP. He goes home with pension for 2 terms as a deputy president. That is 3 terms as an MP, 2 terms as a deputy president only. He doesn't go with that one of the president. Let us take scenario number 2, that William Samoei Ruto resigns today. He resigns today. He has already served more than half of his term as the president. So he goes home with 3 pensions of an MP, or a pension of a 3-term MP, 2-term deputy president, and 1 term as president. That is scenario number 2. Scenario number 3, let us assume that Ruto is voted out in 2027. If he is voted out in 2027, he goes home with the following: 3-term MP, 2-term deputy president, and 1 term as president. Just like as if he would have resigned, or just like the same amount that he would get in scenario number 2. Now let us go to scenario number 4. He is either impeached or resigns before half of the second term. If he resigns or is impeached before halfway of the second term, he goes home with pension for 3 terms as an MP, 2 terms as a DP, and 1 term as president. Now, if he is re-elected for the second time and you impeach him, then he loses the pension for the impeached second term. The other first term he completed without any problem, so he gets that. You get me? So that if he is either impeached or resigns before his second term, then he gets the same pension package like number 3 and number 2. Now let us go to scenario number 5. Let us go to scenario number 5. He resigns after half of his second term. He resigns after half the second term. He will go home with with the pension of a 3-term MP, 2 terms deputy president, and 2 terms as president. 2 terms as president. Number 6 and the last one, he serves the second term to the fullest. If he serves the second term to the fullest, he gets the same as he got under number 5. That is, he gets 3 terms pension of an MP, 2 terms as a deputy president, and 2 terms as a president. Now, let us compare, because we only have 2 surviving presidents. Let us now compare Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to William Samoei Arap Ruto. They have both served as MPs. William Samoei Ruto has served as an MP for 3 terms, and Uhuru Kenyatta has served as an MP for 1 term. What does that mean? It means that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta does not get pension of an MP. Okay, DP. William Samoei Ruto has served 2 terms as a deputy president. Uhuru has served none. So as we talk now, Uhuru does not get anything as a retired MP. Let me correct myself. He has served as an MP twice. There is a first time he served as an MP when he replaced Makto. So Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has served as an MP twice. He gets a pension for MP, and he has never been a deputy president, but he has been a president for 2 terms. So if it happened to be today, Ruto would go home with 3 terms as an MP, 2 terms as a deputy president, and 1 term as a president. What about Uhuru? Uhuru would go for 2 terms as an MP and 2 terms as a president. So even right now, if Ruto leaves work, he will be the highest paying political leader, retired political leader. That is if he is not impeached. I just wanted to share with you that calculation. We have had over 13 hours blackout, and the idea came to me and I could not leave it as such. So I had to share with you. We don't know when the electricity will come, and if it will come, I don't know whether my oblongata will still be maintained the way it is. To remember that it is just a simple calculation of what they get, and if Ruto completes his term, second term, then whoever will be the president at that time, if you calculate all that number of times the pension is getting as an MP, pension is getting as a DP, and pension is getting as a president, you will not be shocked that it will be earning twice what the president then would be earning. But anyway, this was just meant for an exchange of idea. You see, it is good to put your head into some calculation. Ama niaje, my friend?